Hi dear children, welcome back to our chemistry class. Today's topic is the continuation of elements. Okay, elements. What is elements? Elements are made up of only one kind of atom. What is elements? Elements are made up of only one kind of atom. Examples of elements are oxygen, hydrogen, zinc, okay, aluminium, iron. Okay, these are the examples of elements. Elements are made up of only one kind of atom. Examples of elements are oxygen, hydrogen, zinc, aluminium, and iron, etc. Is there? Okay, so how many elements are there? Presently, 118 elements are they found. Okay, scientists they found 118 elements. Here, 92 elements are found on Earth. Okay, 92 elements are found on Earth. 26 elements are artificially created. 26 elements are artificially created. So totally, how many elements is present in our Earth? That is 118 elements. Okay, 118 elements are found. 92 elements are found on the earth, okay, naturally occurring. Okay, then 26 is artificially created. So what is elements? Elements are made up of only one kind of atom. Elements are made up of only one kind of element atoms. Examples of elements are oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, zinc, aluminium, lithium, boron. So many elements are there. That means 118 elements are presently is there. Okay, here 92 elements found on the earth and 26 elements artificially created. Okay, so last class we discussed elements are divided into four categories. What are they, dear children? Elements are divided into four categories. What are they? Yes, metals, non-metals, metalloids, and noble or inert gases. What are they? Metals, non-metals, metalloids, and inert gases or noble gases. We can discuss one by one. Okay, so first we are going to discuss about metal. Okay, examples of metals are gold, silver, mercury, okay, and copper. Then sodium, potassium, tungsten, mercury, aluminium. These are the examples of metals. Examples of metals are gold, silver, iron, sodium, potassium, aluminium, zinc, copper, tungsten, mercury, okay, etc. These are the elements. That means most of the elements are metals. Okay, most of the elements are metals. So, for examples of metals, once again we can say gold, silver, iron, sodium, potassium, aluminium, tungsten, mercury, copper, etc. Okay, dear children. So, what are the properties of metals? Okay, important, very, very important. Okay, difference between metals and non-metals. Question will be the metals and noble gases, metals and metalloids, like that. So, you can write at that time the properties. Okay, sometimes I like the properties of metals. Okay, so dear children, listen now carefully. So metals, all the metals are lustrous and hard. Okay, we know gold is a lustrous material. No, lustrous means shining. Okay, shiny material. So lustrous and hard, very hard material. Iron is a hard material. No, so almost all the metals are, exception case is the, so also almost all the metals are lustrous and hard material. For example, gold, silver, iron, these are very strong material. These are very shiny material also. Okay, so we can say all the metals are lustrous and hard material. Okay, hard substance. Exception is there. That means potassium and sodium. Okay, sodium and potassium are soft metals. Okay, sodium and potassium are soft metals. Okay, name any two soft metals. Okay, write any two soft metals. What is the answer? Sodium and potassium. Okay, sodium and potassium are soft metals. Okay, so first property, what is that? Lustrous lestrous and hard material. That means all the metals are shiny and hard material. Okay, hard substance. Exception is sodium and potassium. These are sodium and potassium are soft metal. Sodium and potassium are soft metal. Okay, then almost all the metals are hard solid. Okay, solids. Okay, we know gold is a solid. Okay, gold is a solid. Silver is a solid. Iron is a solid. Sodium is a solid. Potassium is a solid. Okay, zinc, tungsten, everything is solid. One exception is the mercury. Okay, mercury is a liquid metal. Mercury is a liquid metal, dear children. That is a question. Name the liquid metal. Okay, metal. Mercury. Okay, liquid metal is mercury. Liquid metal is mercury. So dear children, almost all the metals are solid, but one exception is there, that is like mercury. Mercury is a liquid metal. Mercury is a liquid metal. Is it clear? No. Point is ductile. All the metals are ductile in nature. That means that we can drawn into thin wires. We can or stretched into thin wires. Okay, stretched into thin wires. That is ductile. So all the metals are we can stretch it into thin wires. And the next point is malleable. All the metals are malleable. Malleable means we can drawn into thin sheet. That means beaten into thin sheet. നമുക്ക് അടിച്ചു പരത്തി sheet ആക്കി മാറ്റാം. That is malleable. Malleable means beaten into thin sheet. All the metals we can beaten into thin sheet. Okay. Then here one exception is the brittle nature. Brittle nature metal is zinc. Okay, brittle പൊടിക്കാം. Okay, അത് break down ആവും. We can easily break down into pieces. That is zinc. Okay, brittle metal is zinc. Okay, name the brittle metal, that is zinc. Okay, dear children, and all the metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, all the metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, but one exception is the tungsten. We know tungsten filament that we can see in the bulb. Okay, tungsten, it is a bad conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, but tungsten is bad conductor of heat and electricity. It is a non-metal. Sorry, it is a metal. Tungsten is a metal. And another property is sonorous. Sonorous means if they struck with each other, they make sound. Okay, sonorous means a sound. Okay, for example, silver. പാദസരം കിലുങ്ങുന്നുണ്ട് ഇല്ലേ? ഒക്കെ കിലുങ്ങുമ്പോൾ എന്താണ്? സോളിഡ് മെറ്റീരിയൽ ആണ് അത് കിലുങ്ങുന്ന സൊണോറസ്. ഓക്കെ, ദാറ്റ് മീൻസ് ഓൾ ദ മെറ്റൽസ് ആർ സൊണോറസ്. ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ ഒരു അയണിന്റെ മുകളിൽ സ്ട്രക്ക് ചെയ്തു. ഓക്കെ, നമ്മളിവിടെ യു ക്യാൻ ഹിയർ ദ സൗണ്ട്. നോ? Okay, this is it is a metal, so it produce sonorous. Okay, clear now? And all the metals have high melting and a boiling point. Okay, all the metals are high melting and a boiling point. These are the properties of metals. Once again we can discuss. Metals are lustrous and hard. Okay, all the metals are lustrous and hard material, except one case is there. What is that? Soft metal, sodium and potassium. Sodium and potassium are soft metals. Then next is solid. Okay, all the metals are solid. One exception is the mercury. Mercury is a liquid metal. Okay, dear children, and all the metals are ductile in nature. That means we can stretch it into thin wires. Okay, then malleables. Malleables mean we can beat it into thin sheet. Okay, and then they are good conductors of heat and electricity. But one exception is there. What is that? Tungsten. Tungsten is a bad conductor of heat and electricity. Then metals. Metals have high melting, and all the metals are high melting and boiling point, and the metals are sonorous substance. Is it clear? No? Dear children, next topic is that non-metal. Okay, non-metal. Examples of non-metals are iodine, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, oxygen, nitrogen, bromine, graphite. Okay, examples of non-metals are iodine, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, oxygen, nitrogen, bromine, graphite, iodine, etc. Okay, dear children. So, non-metals. What are the properties of non-metals? They do not shine. That means they do not luster substance. Okay. So that except one case is that is iodine and carbon. Okay, carbon that is in the graphite form or in the diamond. Okay, in the diamond carbon is present. So we can say the iodine and carbon they both are shine. Okay, that is an exception. Shining materials are shining non-metals are iodine and carbon. Okay, most of the non-metals are no do not shine, but one exception that is iodine and carbon both are shine. Okay, then non-metals are almost all the non-metals are soft solids, soft solids. Gas form is there and liquid form is there. So soft solids, sulfur, phosphorus. Okay, sulfur, phosphorus are the soft solids. Gaseous form non-metals and non-metals. Which substance, which gases are in the form of which non-metals are in the form of gaseous? That means oxygen and nitrogen, and liquid non-metal is bromine. Okay, liquid non-metal is bromine. Liquid non-metal is bromine. Gaseous non-metals are oxygen and nitrogen. Okay, okay. Soft solids are sulfur and phosphorus. Okay, dear children, soft solids are sulfur and phosphorus. Gaseous non-metals are oxygen and nitrogen. Liquid non-metal is bromine. Important that in liquid non-metal. Okay, that is bromine. Liquid metal, mercury. Liquid metal, mercury. Liquid non-metal, bromine. Okay, liquid non-metal, bromine. Gaseous non-metals, oxygen and nitrogen. Okay, soft solid, that means the soft non-metals are sulfur and phosphorus. Is it clear, no? And non-metals neither ductile nor malleable. That means non-metals cannot be beaten into thin sheet, cannot be broken down into thin wires. That is neither ductile nor malleable, nor malleable. And non-metals are brittle in nature. We can easily break down into small pieces. Okay, so non-metals are brittle in nature, and they are bad conductor of heat and electricity. Soft, that means non-metals are very soft, solids, gaseous or liquid. So we can say non-metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity, but in the case of metal they are good conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, dear children, so non-metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity. Non-metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity. What exception is there? What is that? Graphite. Okay, graphite is good conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, which non-metal, or name the non-metal or good conductor of heat and electricity? That is graphite. Okay, which non-metal is good conductor of heat and electricity? That is graphite. So dear children, exception cases will come for one word for exam. Okay, one word question. So that part you study. Exception also want to study. Okay, so bad conductor, all the non-metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity. One exception is that graphite. Graphite is a good conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, and non-metals are low melting and a boiling point. That means they are soft solids. Okay, soft, very soft. So low melting point, a boiling point. Okay, they have low melting and a boiling point. And non-metals do not make any sound. That means they non-sonorous. Okay, they are non-sonorous. So non-metals are non-sonorous because they do not make any sound. Okay, is it clear? No. So once again we can discuss the non-metals and metals. Okay, difference between non-metals and metals. Okay, metals are shine, metals are lustrous, but in the case of non-metals are do not shine. That means they do not lustrous. And metals are hard solids. Metals are hard solids, but non-metals are soft solids. Okay, and metals are ductile substance. Okay, and malleable substance. Ductile means we can stretch it into thin wires. Malleable means we can beat it into thin sheets. But in the case of non-metals, neither ductile nor malleable. That means that we cannot beat it into thin sheet and we cannot stretch it into thin wires. Okay, and non-metals are, I told that is solids are solids. But in the case of non-metals are brittle in nature. We can break down into pieces. Okay, and metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity. Metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity, but in the case of non-metals are Majority non-metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Non-metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity. And metals high melting and boiling point. Metals have high melting and boiling point, but in the case of non-metals have low melting and boiling point. Next, metals are sonorous substance, but non-metals are non-sonorous substance. Okay, metals are sonorous substance, but non-metals are non-sonorous substance. Is it clear now? Liquid metal is mercury, but liquid non-metal is bromine. Okay, dear children, I hope is it clear? Okay, so you next class. Okay, bye.